and welcome into this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach.
Set to go in a rematch of what would come to be known later as the first Super Bowl. The Chiefs and Packers are underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
He's checking.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And he'll take this close to a 1st down at the Chiefs' 32.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. On the delay, Jones. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We're scoreless after 1. Back for the 2nd quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. From 4 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless 1st quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the 1st quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play. Just didn't have any points. So now, it's game on.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes Randy Moss and company as they take the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st. Just a gain of 1 there. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And he locates Luke Wilson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 42. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 39, Mahomes got a man. It's Randy Moss complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Look, we came into this one focused on Randy Moss, and now he has our full attention with his first grab of the game.
But he's one of only 2 players to go a whole season averaging over 100 yards receiving and average a touchdown per game as well. That's a pretty impressive stat. It
really is, especially when you consider that every defense he faced was prepared for him and was kicking coverages in his direction.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And finding the tight end, Wilson. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And Wilson has it. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. That's just a solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated? Doing exactly what they wanted to do, getting the ball downfield, and then running it into the end zone. I'm just telling you, partner, when you run it in rather than throw it in, that hurts a defense psychologically a heck of a lot more.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Rodgers now on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Well, partner, let's talk Super Bowl. We have to. Before the year, by the way, we made predictions for the Super Bowl. You got one of the teams right. You had Kansas City and New Orleans, but you had the Saints winning. I also had the Saints there, but losing to New England. And now we get a chance to rectify things. So who's going to win the big game, partner?
Well, I think San Francisco wins 35-34. MVP, usually a quarterback. But in this case, we're going to have an upset. Middle linebacker Fred Warner is going to have 13 tackles and an interception return for a touchdown and be the upset MVP winner over Jimmy Garoppolo, because in the Super Bowl, if the quarterback does anything, he wins the award. But this time, the defense, which got them there, is going to take charge, and Fred Warner walks away. Super Bowl MVP. 49ers Super Bowl champions.
Wow, you went above and beyond with great specifics there. I'll be a little bit more general. I'll just say that the Chiefs are going to win by a touchdown, and yes, I'll go with the MVP being number 15, Patrick Mahomes.
And if you're not really rooting in this game, how great a matchup is this?
Fantastic. Going to be a ton of fun. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Got a man. It's Randy Moss. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Mahomes. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Throwing is Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
So 2 quarters down. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught by Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rodgers again now. And Graham's got it. Complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and throw it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Hall of Famer Howie Long with a tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Let's go, D.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Jones. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back now at Lambeau. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. From 3 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
Crosby with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that. Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Terrell Owens, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Yellow.
And again, it's Mahomes. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Devontae Freeman. He scored on the ground and through the air, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
That's it, fellas. We got one.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because you're still a long way away from kneel down time. So you've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
On play action, now Rodgers. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a first down carry by Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Hello, everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the Coach. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. Mahomes now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he rifles one incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamar Taylor. And he's into the clear. 30, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Ziggy Ansah, the number 5 pick in 2013, credited with a sack. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Mahomes now to throw. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Man open. That's Terrell Owens. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward, and indeed he did not. They stop him. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right, the social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room? Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter? I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
This is Carson looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Wilson. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Draw play. This is Carson. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This will be taken about the 12. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Kansas City getting the football back here. This is a team ranked 6th overall in the NFL in offense. They were 5th in passing, but just 23rd in rushing. And we talked about Mahomes earlier, but how much do you think they need to run the ball to be effective in the Super Bowl?
Just enough to keep San Francisco's attention. Get those sprinter stances out of those defensive ends and defensive tackles on every snap. And they'll do it with Damian Williams, their running back, but they also will include their wide receivers. Tyreek Hill, they'll do jet sweeps and maybe some option pitches. Don't forget McCall.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's free going down.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach with you here today. for another edition of Madden Ultimate Team.
And the offense readies for a first down and 10. Throwing on first down is Manning. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Throwing is Manning on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Still on his feet. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Hello there, it's the coach with you here today, and this is an Ultimate Challenge.
And the Ultimates, their offense gets ready. First down and 10. Freeman again, a first down carry. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. Try to drop one in, but it's incomplete. 6-time Pro Bowler Randy Moss, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's got a man. It's T.O. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. This will be their first trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a dangerous throw towards the end zone. Boy, did it hang up there forever. Wanted to run up there and pull it down out of the sky.
Yeah, it felt like it really should have been intercepted. Lucky to have that one back.
You've got to be more careful when you're that close to the goal line.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And finding the tight end, Wilson. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. So that drive goes 8 plays. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's got this down to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. The end result, 21 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Mahomes to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. To try again after the sack. Mahomes. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's caught. Touchdown. Greg Olsen there to make the grab. And his guys have taken the lead. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Now Zuerlein on to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Let's switch gears, talk about Matt LaFleur and what he did in his first season as Green Bay comes back out here, Charles. 13-3, and really, by all accounts, exceeding expectations. A win over Seattle in the divisional round, and then that 49er run game, and Raheem Mostert did them in. But where do they go from here looking forward to Matt LaFleur's second season?
Yeah, can you believe 13-3 probably won't win Coach of the Year?
I know, right?
I know, John Harbaugh in Baltimore, Kyle Shanahan getting to the Super Bowl with San Francisco. But still, as you said, an incredible first year for a rookie head coach. I think where they go from here is this. Continue to fortify the offensive line because Brian Bulaga's been there for a while at right tackle. I think on the defensive front, they've got to get some more players there because the run game, as you mentioned, Raheem Mostert just ran them out of town on that one. And I think they've got to continue to find receivers for Aaron Rodgers. Because right now it's Devontae Adams, the tight ends, up and down. The second receiver, third receiver, up and down. Aaron Jones out of the backfield is probably the most reliable second receiver, so they've got to fix that. If so, this team will continue to have success and continue to contend for Super Bowls.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll bring up second down. Throwing again. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And again, it's Rodgers. He'll get this to Jay Kumaro. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. This will be caught just inside the 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Rodgers going to throw. And that is caught, but the bank judge right there to say incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And our attention shifts to Alfred Blue. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his quick catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Joshua Jackson there to knock that one away. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Caught by Wilson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, a 22. Mahomes now to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Luke Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Zerline good with a PAT, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Not quite enough that time. Maybe just try a lower start difficulty if you can and select replay challenge and give it another go.